Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start by giving all glory, honor, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone for teaching me well. Peace and salutations be to all for the elect. I'm Brother Tazawam coming at you from the Great Millstone Tampa branch down here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, this lesson is going to be going into propaganda and psyops. Alright, so first let's grab a definition of propaganda just to see what we're talking about here. It says propaganda, information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote a particular cause, doctrine, or point of view. Synonyms is promotion, advertisement, publicity, advertising, disinformation. So this devil love to mark you for misinformation when it's really true information that you're putting out. But he's the author of misinformation. He's the chief of misinformation, putting out misinformation, man. All right, claiming that Venezuela done this and done that, and there's terrorists over here, terrorists over there. Okay, somebody smuggling drugs. Okay, this is all bullshit, man. All of it's bullshit. These are excuses. These are excuses according to Esau's will. All right, he finds an excuse according to his own will. He ain't gonna tell you the true reason he over there dropping bombs on Venezuela. He ain't gonna tell you the true reason they over there attacking Gaza and doing all the things that they've been doing in the past 2 years since Trump got in office. Okay, talking about Colombia's next. Okay, you got people from Cuba saying Cuba might be next. You might be coming from Cuba next. All right, and you got Russia sitting back saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. It violates international law, and you're increasing tensions. Well, nigga, do something about it. I'm tired of just sitting here hearing you cast out threats, empty threats. You ain't doing shit. All right, we ready to get this thing on the road, man. Okay, and there you can't really rush the prophecy. The reason he can't do anything is because the Lord is holding him back. The reason these other nations haven't got loose on Babylon yet either is because the Lord is holding them back for a certain time, for an appointed time. All right, they will get loose on America. That is prophesied to happen, but it's prophesied for an appointed time. I just, with all the I'm just tired of all the teasing that they're doing, man. Okay, but it must happen. The teasing must come to pass. As the scriptures say in the beginning of sorrows, we're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, it says propaganda is the AI overview. This is the AI overview for propaganda. It says propaganda is the deliberate spread of biased or misleading information, facts, rumors, lies, to influence public opinion and persuade people to support a specific cause. Here it is. You got people being persuaded to support the genocide of Gaza, of Venezuela, and all the people that Babylon afflicts. The thing is, America is running out of time. Esau, Edom is running out of time. As scriptures say, we'll grab it here in Revelation 12 and 12. All right. This devil's running out of time, man. So he's waging these wars and attacking these other countries, all right, with little time to come up with excuses, with little time to come up with lies to cover up his attacks. So the people are starting to see through it, and now you got the whole world going against Israel, and you got the whole world condemning America's actions, condemning Trump's actions, okay? Because they're overlooking the part where they had to deceive the people first in order to get it done. But that takes time and money and effort. That takes trillions of dollars, but their money is failing them now. They ain't got the money to spend on such psyops anymore, which also brings me to the definition of psyop. All right, let me pull that up, and then we're gonna grab this Revelation 12 and 12 and get back to it. Revelation 12 and 12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the sea, of the earth, and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." This devil's coming down have a great wrath. Meaning what? He's showing violence. He's expressing his violence. Great violence, too. All right? Because his time is running out. He ain't got time to sit here and sugarcoat shit or hide the true intentions behind their nature to deceive the people and then go and act on their cause. No, he's running out of time. His dollar's collapsing, and these other forms of currencies around the world are toppling over the dollar. Okay? He's got to do something quick before his kingdom collapses before his very eyes. Right in his hands, his kingdom is falling. China's raising up. Russia's raising up. Iran is raising. You got the BRICS currency is beginning to outweigh the dollar, if it hasn't already. All right. The U.S. dollar is losing its purchasing power. The only thing that it's backed up by now is its own military might. Okay. It's because they put the fear into these other countries, and that's the only reason this dollar is still standing. But that fear is starting to fade away as these other countries are being supplied with nuclear missiles. Scriptures say, "Let the weak say, I am strong." They no longer need Babylon or America. They no longer need the American dollar. All these countries are beginning to join the BRICS currency and the BRICS allied force, okay, and to trust in their currency and to root for them to be the next world superpower. All right. It says Psyop. The definition of Psyop, it says psychological operation is a military or political tactic using communication to influence the emotions, motives, reasoning, or behavior of foreign audiences, governments, groups, individuals, or support specific objectives often involving propaganda, social media, or cultural sensitivity to shape beliefs, sometimes blurring lines with general psychological warfare and even conspiracy theories and popular discourse. The objective is to create attitudes or behaviors favorable to one's political or military goals. So what they're doing is they're painting such a picture on social media to make it look like, oh, these are the bad guys. All right. But these people are poor. These are poor people they're attacking. And the scripture tells you that this devil got a habit for attacking the poor people. All right. It says, as defined by U.S. Department of Defense. Oh, that's it. Let's grab that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Let us oppress, all right, because this is what he does. This is what he was born to do. This is the devil the Bible speaks of. All right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. They don't care about how many babies are over there getting bombed when they drop them. They don't care about if there's elderly men or disabled people that can't fight back when they drop these bombs. No difference from what Israel did. So you see these two go hand in hand. All right, Israel is nothing but the mere headquarters for America. They're the same people. All right. Israel's the headquarters, and Babylon is their military might. Okay. It says, let our strength be the law of justice. Where scriptures say they declare unrighteous decrees. So the justice to these Edomites is unfair. All right. They preach and talk about justice. All right. When it comes to getting their goals achieved. But when they're oppressing the poor righteous man, justice gets thrown out the window. All right. When the poor man has been done wrong, there's no more justice for him. They don't want to bring up justice when it comes to him. No, they want to bring up seizing his lands or seizing a little bit that he has. Okay. Here it is. Jake trying to come up some way, shape, or form, trying to make some money. And Esau's digging in his pocket to take the little bit he's made so that he can stay in the hole that Esau's got him in and stay in the trap, which is the hood. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Okay. So they say the weak ones are worth nothing. All right. The poor man is worth nothing. This is how they really feel deep down. All right. And look at these other countries. That's how they feel about these other countries as well. All they got to do is paint the narrative. Okay. Say that they did this or that, and then go in there and take their shit. Okay. Here it is. They may be poor in certain resources, but rich in a certain resource, like uranium over in Ukraine. Okay. Or oil over in Venezuela. All right. Here it is. They done all this. They done all this bad, right? They doing all these wicked and evil things to America. But when you find out what they got going on over there, why the reason they're over there, you see U.S. troops seizing oil tankers. Why are they seizing oil tankers? Did Venezuela steal these oil tankers from the U.S.? No. Okay. The U.S. is stealing oil tankers from Venezuela and then blaming it on other reasons that have nothing to do with the cause, nothing to do with the reason they're there. All right, this is how the devil operates, which is why I can't wait for the Lord to put him down. Somebody needs to stand up to the big bully, and these other nations ain't strong enough to do it. Okay, that's why the scripture said, "Let the weak say that I am strong," because these nations are going to get tired of it, and they're going to run to Russia and China and say, "Arm us, let us join you and arm us up with nuclear missiles so we can defend ourselves from America, the big bad bully." Because if you haven't heard, they say that since Maduro has been captured, that nation, that country is spiraling out of control. And here it is, America's talking about placing a new ruler over Venezuela, as if Venezuela is a state, a part of America or something, man. Okay, this is just utter evil. All right, which Habakkuk 2:5 tells you about that too. Let's grab it. Placing a woman in charge of Venezuela now, and all she talks about is supporting Israel. Okay, is this a coincidence? I think not. It says Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. This devil is proud. He transgresses by his covenants he makes with you. Oh, let's make this deal. Let's do that, and then he goes back on his deal. Okay, he promises you one thing, and then he turns around and stabs you in the back for the same thing. It says, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. This devil never in his own place, building up his own country. Here it is, you got the homeless ramping up in the streets of America, yet he over there in Venezuela seizing oil tanks. He over there having talks with Israel. All right? But the people in America here are still struggling. All right? The only people that benefit from the laws he's passed since he's been in office is the rich, and the poor has begun to suffer more and more, while he claims that they have been taken care of. He gets on live television and lies and says the grocery prices are lower than they've ever been. That's a damn lie. People are still crippling under the weight of the prices of the groceries, man. Struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, and destroying their own credit scores because they got to dig into their credit cards to get food for the week, food for the day. Okay, their paychecks no longer support their normal living. All right. But here it is. We want to bring up people smuggling drugs into the country. That shit ain't got nothing to do with anything. This devil don't care about how many drugs you're on. This devil is trying to kill you. He puts drugs in your food, drugs in your air, drugs in your water. All of a sudden, he cares about drug smuggling. This nigga put drugs in the hood so that they can kill and destroy each other. But all of a sudden, he cares about drugs being smuggled into the country. Shouldn't he be over there seizing the drugs instead of the oil tankers? Right? Here it is. This devil has got, he cannot be, as scripture say, he cannot be satisfied, which we're about to get into. All right? But he stuffs his mouth. Everywhere he goes, he's eating. It's the greed of this devil, the greed and pride of this devil, which is going to destroy him. All right? He lives by his belly. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. This devil is just like death. He can't be satisfied. As death never stops, his devil never stops taking. Okay? He never stops stealing, killing, and destroying, as the scriptures say, for the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. Okay? This is his goal and his job. Scripture say you can't get no sleep at night unless you cause someone to fall. It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell. He desires the oil over there in Venezuela. Here it is. You're one of the richest countries in the world, and you want more. The Lord gave you the fatness of the earth, yet you want more. It will never be enough for Esau. That's why he has to be destroyed. Okay? Scripture say there is no There is no one more wicked than him that envieth himself. Okay? And this is a recompense of his wickedness. All right? He can't stop. He can't stop. Oh, man. I had this much last year. I need more this year. Damn, I can't even beat my last year amount of money I had. This devil is a devil, man. How much will be enough for you? And that's why Esau is not fit to rule, because nothing is enough for him. He can never say, I am satisfied. It says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You got all these different nations here in America, and you ain't taking care of none of them. Especially the people you had here first. The so-called Native Americans, Latinos, and Negroes, which are the true Israelites of the Bible. These people are at the bottom of society in every endeavor, in every country, in every world, in every realm. The Israelites are at the bottom. Okay? Yet they've built up this country. And majority of the Israelites are still building up this country today. Okay? You have the Chinese man come over here. Who you see working his businesses? Jake. Okay? When you got those little Chinese shops and you see nothing but Chinese people in there, it's a family-owned business. And they're just getting on their feet. I guarantee you 2 or 3 generations down the line, it'll be all Jake in there while they're at home sitting on their ass. Okay? It's the same thing for Elam, same thing for Ishmael, same thing for Esau, Edom. All the nations come over here and get a part in Israel's spoils. All the nations come over here and say the streets are paved with gold. Yeah, but on the back of the Israelites. They come over here and they guaranteed a business, okay, a business credit of a 750 or above off the rip, a credit score of 700 or above off the rip. These devils, these heathen are guaranteed everything when they first step foot over here. Okay? So here it is, all these different nations over here in America and across the seas devouring the Israelites. All right? Consuming us. And because Jake ain't never had nothing, when they do get a little bit of money, they go and give it right back to one of the heathens, purchasing their products, which Jake built. Jake built the products, and then they go and purchase the same product they built. Or Jake be at work distributing the products, and then purchase the very same product that they're distributing. Okay? You're getting paid from these companies and giving the money right back. You're in a hole. You're in a trap. But Jake's mindset is comfort. Okay? Peace. What the scriptures say, Jacob was roughly paraphrasing, the scriptures say he was a plain man dwelling in tents. Okay? Jake just want to chill. All right? And have his peace and have his belongings and just live his life. But you got the devil constantly prowling about. As the scriptures say, the lion, or this devil as a lion seeketh about. Matter of fact, let's grab it. Be sober, be vigilant. Right? You want to be on your guard because 1 Peter 5:8 says, be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, which is who? Esau, Edom, the enemy, our opponent. The devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He's looking for someone to pounce on. He's looking for one of you jakes to trip and fall. He's looking for a weak spot. He's looking for a chink in your armor so that he can get in there and devour you. And take everything that you have. Here it is, we getting sued by rich people. How the fuck you got nothing, you poor, and you getting sued by rich people to take the little that you have? All right? These devils are never satisfied. And when you look at all the people who's got all the money in the world, it all ties back to the small hats. Okay? Which is a conglomerate of Edomites. The British, the Germans. All right? It's really just Edomites, man. All right? Calling themselves Israel. Israel. You are liars. You filthy liars. The Lord going to see to it that you pay for what you've done. That was Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2 and 5. We grabbed already, right? Kinda. Let me grab this. We'll close out with this. Don't believe everything you see on social media, on the news, and on TV, man. This devil will paint the image to make him look like the good guy. Scriptures say even Satan is transformed to an angel of light. All right? I believe it was Carl Tucker who did an interview with Putin, and Putin said, I can give you whatever answer you want, but your media will make it out to look like a different answer anyways. So why do we even play these games? Okay? These other nations know what these Edomites do, what America does. It rules by deception and the sword. Revelation 20:8, and shall go out. Matter of fact, we'll grab 20:7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, which is Esau, Edom. He's been loosed out of his prison. Okay, you got that 1,000-year dark period, Renaissance period, rebirth. All right, or the Dark Ages where Jake ruled 1,000 years and Esau was in tribute, was in submission. All right, but they were loosed out of their prison. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right. So this devil has been sent out, loosed out of his prison after the Dark Ages. And that's when he began to deceive the nations through the rebirth, the Renaissance period, where he painted over the judges of the earth to make them look like Edomites, to make them look like, to make it look like the Edomites were the holy people. Now we have this long, drawn-out battle of the Gentiles can be saved. All right. Everybody can be saved. The Lord loves everybody. And all right. It's because of this deception that Esau has placed upon the world, and it has been dug deep into the mind of the Israelites and the whole world, because it's threaded deep in the history. It's threaded deep in history. So when you try to go and search history, it's there. Okay, they covered up the true judges. Russia still got them. The paintings and the artwork of what the Lord really looked like, the disciples really looked like, Peter, Paul, okay, YAHAWASHI. And these were dark-skinned, melanated men. Somebody's lying. And these paintings are from over 2,000 years ago. And the scriptures say, seek out look for the old paths wherein is the right way. I don't think Putin's lying. I don't think they made this up, man. Okay, these paintings are over 2,000 years ago. And the older it is, the more truth there is to it. Okay, but this new generation shit, what Esau Edom has placed inside of your minds has destroyed you. All right, therefore you got to constantly battle Jake ready to go toe-to-toe with you about an Edomite. Oh, they could be saved. Nigga, he just got through beating your ancestors into submission. He just got through beating your language out of you. He just got through beating your name out of you. Okay? But all of a sudden, they can be saved. This is called destroyed. What the Lord say, He's going to put a yoke around your neck until He have destroyed you. All right? And what's destroyed Jake the most is captivity. So this heavy oppression and captivity has destroyed Jake to believe that their own enemy is their saviors. And here it is, they're still deceiving, telling you that they attack with a good cause. But really, they attack for their bellies, for their greed. All right? And now is the time where they're about to start putting these sea hips inside of everybody. So be prepared and be on your watch, because things are about to get real ugly, and especially for you Jakes. All right? Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, to teach them well. I truly hope this lesson was edifying to your acumen and worth. Till next time, I give all glory, honor, praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWADAH. Shalom.